Yeah, I knew that was going to be amazing when they made that announcement. I was like, I got to be there. One way or another, I got to be there because obviously of just like the spiritual implications of, you know, somewhat of a prodigal son coming back home with a production that he wrote with Puerto Rico in mind. It's an American story, but I think the lens is from an immigrant from Puerto Rico, as Alexander Hamilton was an immigrant. You know, this is the second time him and I have been able to do this together, so it was amazing. And it was also amazing to see him kind of embrace after the triumph of Hamilton in America, you know, and bringing that back home. Obviously, you know, we did the production in Puerto Rico, but that wasn't the point, right? The point of doing the production in Puerto Rico was to raise the morale and to build finance that can go directly to the communities in Puerto Rico that are most in need. And so I think that's just like magnanimous, right? Like if you can bring a piece of work, but also have it serve the purpose of uplifting the community. That's an immigrant story that we never hear told. We always hear about people struggling, coming to America from wherever they came from. And, you know, we hear about how they worked 3 minimum wage jobs and put their kids through college. But you never hear the other part of the story, which is how much money they actually sent back home during that time, or which one of their children that they were able to put through college that actually did go back and give back to the community, or for that first generation immigrant to come back home and to tell the stories about their conquest, so to speak, in the mainland. Yeah, the hero story. We never hear that story kind of come full circle the way that we've seen it now in Puerto Rico with the Miranda family. Being on stage is my sanctuary. When we were in Puerto Rico, I went to visit an elementary school and they had just built like a new theater space. And as soon as I saw it, I cried. I didn't expect to. It just brought back memories of when I was a child and having to move around a lot. And I realized in that moment, I was like, wow, this was totally my safe space. This is the place where I could kind of equivocate myself to, you know, whatever new community or environment I needed to get involved with. It was the one place where, you know, all the bullies in the school, all the, you know, people who were considered nerds or sitting on the outskirts, you know, they could come and watch this production, and across the board, you know, people will come and say like, dude, how did you do that? That was so cool what you did. And it was like wonderful. Like it was like the common denominator. And in that moment I discovered, I was like, oh wow, this is my way in, right? Like this is my gift that I could give to the world. Then later on in my development as an artist, I learned, I was like, okay, so this is the way that I express myself in the world. So I can't separate myself from that. So I'm still an actor, whether I'm actually doing a production or not. If I'm a bartender, I'm still an actor. You know, a painter is still a painter no matter what they're doing in the world.